Again, congrats on retirement, 1,300 NHL games, and started at some point along the way in the USHL. So what's the key to longevity?
It did. Key to longevity, it's a great question because it's different for everyone. I think early on, it was the USHL, Waterloo Blackhawks, PKO Hanley, Chris Talk. That was a moment where I really started to learn about the game. And I think about myself, you move away, you move into a group of kids that are coming, the best at their home teams, coming together from all over the world, really, and coming in and just wanting more out of the game and wanting, you get some free ice, you get free sticks, you can practice a little bit longer and work on your shot and all that type of stuff. So it was something where if you wanted to be a hockey player and not just play hockey, you could push yourself a little bit and work to get better. And that's one of the areas that I really took from the USHL was, all right, this is pretty cool. I get to spend a little bit longer on the ice, shooting pucks, working with kids that want to be better, want to get to the next level and push you. And you don't know how it's really going to work out. And there's ups and downs, and as there is with every league, every age. So it was a stop that was crucial to my development, and I look back fondly on it.
Did you play 2 years of high school in Wisconsin before Waterloo?
I played 3 years.
Okay.
Freshman, sophomore, junior year. Team Wisconsin was coming up. It was kind of rolling right around there. Was able to play for Team Wisconsin, the high school league, and actually won a national title with them. And then my junior year, won the state tournament. And after that, it was, had the extra games to sign a tender with Waterloo. The coaches changed. PK came in from the ECHL down at Florida Everblades, and it was, you go to Waterloo, you play. I remember struggling for my first 20, 30 games and, scored a couple goals, really didn't have the success, and then it kind of clicked for me a little bit and was able to make strides and move on and kind of improve my development throughout the game and have success, find it, and really kind of take that step in enjoying the game, wanting more, wanting to be the guy at the end of the game on the power plays. And you go to junior with the hope of, working hard enough to get noticed and earn a scholarship. That's what the USHL was about. And the long game is, NHL. Is every kid's dream, but had the option to, probably leave, go to a school, even to Wisconsin, but at that point, the coaches were like, I think you'll improve more if you come back here and do everything. And arriving on my time, I probably need another year in the USHL, and that was maybe one of the most crucial points in my career as far as staying, having success at our level, kind of growing, developing a little bit, becoming stronger, and playing the power play, being a leader on a team. We came back and had a really fun group of guys that all came back as well. We ended up winning the Clark Cup, which was special. It was still one of the loudest buildings I've been in, Young Arena, and against Tri-City there. And then went to the Badgers as a 20-year-old freshman. And some people look down on that. Some people, think that's a failure, going to college at 20 years old. For me, this is where I was right where I wanted to be, playing, going in, and made an impact as a freshman. And then as a sophomore, doing the same thing, and we ended up winning the national title in 06. And it was a fun ride. It was a group. I went in, and the game itself has changed where there's training at a younger age now. There's higher end training. Like I remember going as a freshman, 20-year-old freshman, and couldn't do a pull-up, couldn't, bench press 135, couldn't squat like I would want to, and that was a big part of my development, was learning to love the gym, one of the knocks on my kind of skill set would be skating, and coming from Young Arena, Olympic ice, going to the Badgers, Olympic ice, you had to learn how to skate, and with strength came better skating, and was able to get it up to speed and have success that way.
Yeah. Your brother followed your footsteps, correct, to Waterloo, and then was an assistant there later on?
He went to Waterloo and then walked on at New Hampshire. And give him a ton of credit. It wasn't an easy ride for him, and he went and walked on and earned playing time and had a great 4 years at New Hampshire and was a Wildcat there and played with some, guys that I knew well over there and, really loved it. And that's the thing about college hockey, about junior hockey, about college hockey, is being a part of that team and having that experience going through college. And I think at the end of his 4 years, went back to Waterloo, became a coach for a year or two before he moved on to another profession.
As you coach now and you see these tournaments and see these kids, can you kind of re-experience it with a different perspective?
Feels like some of these kids are better than I would have ever been at this age. Like, really? Like, we were playing AA hockey, grew up playing AA hockey, skating on the pond, AAA and high school and go on and on. Where some of these kids, there's so much information out there, it's not any different than golf. Like, you're seeing kids at a younger age jump in the rinks in golf because there's so much information of how to do it, like a pro would do it. And you're seeing that. The kids they're mini NHLers, they can do it all, they've heard it all already, but now there's a maturity to it all, and can you really do it all, and can you mentally do it all? So at the end of the day, most of the time, the kid that's a little bit mentally tougher, a little bit better teammate, willing to grind through it, is going to be the one that'll make it out. And you say all that, and you look at it all, and all the landscape of it all, that's kind of the kid that made it back in the day as well. I would have to agree with. Like you just know there's going to be a kid, like, did he play hockey or was he a hockey player? Like, there's kids that just grow up and they live it and love it and do it, and you want that for all of them because you know how much the game has given to you, as a person, as a player, as friendships, relationships. So how do you share that with everybody? And whether you get to the level you want to or not, there's a lot of lessons along the way that will contribute to your success.